All right, for the last 3 weeks, I've been talking about belonging. We're going to put a bow on this topic today, as belonging is one of the tenets, one of the pillars of the Beyond framework. There's belonging, education, your purpose, opportunities, navigation, and development. So the last thing I'm going to talk about is the summer of belonging. This is something I did at Baylor University in the role. It was incredible. It was an opportunity for me as director of player development to create belonging program. And so some of you all can say this is best practices. I'm giving you an example of how it worked and what we did in belonging. And so I was tasked by the head coach to create a summer program. And the big thing for the coach is he wanted to create some belonging. We had just come off I had just got there in January, and they had came off of a disappointing season where they had 2 wins, 2-10 after being in the Big 12 championship. So it was like this belonging. They were coming out of COVID. It was a lot of stuff going into the 2021 season. And so as we brought in new recruits, he wanted a summer belonging. Before we get to the fall camp, we need to make sure that we have this belonging with our team. And so the big thing was we sat down and we had some good conversations. Said, Coach, like, what if we did, some different events where we and in our belonging, we both came to the conclusion that we want our athletes to compete as well. Like, competition is going to be something great, but let's also help them belong and compete. Let's help them learn how to compete with each other. And so I was really grateful for the task to find ways to get them to not only belong, but to compete. I was thankful for that task. I was thankful that I was given the opportunity to create this summer of belonging for our team. And so there were 3 things we did, 3 competitive aspects we had 3 competitive events to help build this belonging. Now, the things we had to do, they were paramount. We could not pair guys up with people that were friends. Like, if we knew that they were friends and they were guys, and like if we had 2 linebackers that always spent time with each other, they could never ever be on the same team. The other thing was every team had to rotate. Every single person had to spend time with someone different on the other side of the ball, right? And even competing with people who were opposite positions. So if I was a receiver, I had to compete with cornerback, right? So it was a lot of digitizing and randomizing. This was before ChatGPT. So it was a lot of like plugging and playing. And then the third part of that was we had to, we had to make sure like they could never, they always had to be, and they could never ever be on the same team. Like, I could never be on, oh, we're back on team. So it was a lot of getting that done. And so we had Topgolf was number 1. We did a 3-point contest, and then we did Dodgeball. And that was pretty awesome. So Topgolf, the way it worked was like, okay, this is pretty cool. And then we were like, all right, whatever Bay, for lack of a better word, had the best score was going to get this, right? And so now I start getting competitive, right? Guys stop just swinging and they're cheering on teammates. Guys who have never, this guy sitting here talking to Terrell Bernard, who's the captain of the Buffalo Bills at the moment, and I'm a freshman coming in, I'm on scout team. I just walked on and I'm sitting here, Terrell's like telling me to go, or I'm over there in the Bay with Jalen Petrie, a captain with the Houston Texans, and they're doing the same. And so we created this bond of teams, right? So they got excited, and then next week we flipped on them. Hey, different teams, dodgeball, right? If you could dodge a wrench, you could dodge a ball, right? That was pretty cool. Like, we really hyped that one up. But it got competitive. It got competitive in a good way. We got to see them communicate with each other. We got to see them talk about it. We got to put them in stressful moments, right? We're building all this belonging, but we always kept it positive. Like, don't come down on your teammate. That was different things like that. And so they're learning all these things. And then the last one that really took it off, this is when I knew we were in a good place, was the 3-point contest. We did 3-point contest in the men's gym this is after they won a national championship. So we did 3-point contest in the gym, and that was fun. It was a lot of like seeing them strategically put someone on a rack, or you go first, I'm gonna go last. We had a guy, big Rob Solin. Rob was, man, he was hi cat. He flipped his red hair to the side. Hi cat. So it was pretty cool, and everybody was hyping up Rob, and it was awesome. Like, I knew there that we had succeeded in programming, that I had created something in the summer belonging that stuck. And as we got into fall camp and we got ready and them dog days start hitting, you could see people leaning back on those experiences in competition and communicating with so-and-so, right? Now I can call out so-and-so because I was with so-and-so at dodgeball. I can call them out when they're not doing it, right? And so it was great. And so that was the summer of belonging. I really enjoyed it. It was programming that truly helped our locker room and helped our team. We ended up winning the Big 12 championship that year. I got the ring somewhere. It's up. Get the ring real quick. So I got the ring right here. We ended up winning the Big 12 championship. And during that season, we had moments where We could have got knocked out of it. We could have got knocked out of it. Oh, I got this hair on this. Who put this on my ring? We could have got knocked out of it, right? But we stuck together, and that's one of my proudest moments in player development is that summer of belonging. That summer of belonging, getting back to the core of human need, right? And creating that experience that allowed all of us to have this great opportunity to win a Big 12 championship. And so that was there it is in implementation and practicality for you. Best practice that I use in belonging is something I will always keep with me when I'm consulting with other people and we're talking about different things. We always want to create that. And those are the things there for you. I hope you enjoyed this quick series on belonging in the Beyond framework. If you haven't, please go back and look at the other videos. Here's the starter right here, and it'll help you through. I'll share some at the end of the video. And if you're a programmer, you just heard that, you're like, man, that's awesome. We need that. Can you come work with us? I can. What I need for you to do is I need you to fill out the link in the show notes that says Beyond Framework assessment, right? The Beyond Model Framework assessment. And that assessment is going to tell me where you are, how I can help, and how I can get in communication with you. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. Next week, we'll begin education. We'll start talking about education and the E pillar, the next pillar of Beyond. As I always say, go out and create generational impact. Don't wait, create that generational impact today. And I can't wait to see y'all next week. Y'all have a good one. Hey, and if you have any things, put it in the comments. Any questions, please put it in the comments. Share this with someone you know. See ya.